Diane Haggerty, Grassroots Taxes, letting you know that your gambling wagers may not all be deductible anymore. Talking about the one big beautiful bill. That's why I'm dressed like this. We're going to be talking about the one big beautiful bill all summer long because it's really long legislation. Let's talk about gambling. Generally, you report all your gambling slips, your wins from the casino, your win slips from the track, your winning lottery tickets. You report all that as income, and then you calculate all your wagers and you deduct that as an itemized deduction on the next page. Now they are putting a floor on that and limiting what you can deduct as gambling wagers. This is very important if you go to the casino a lot. You are only allowed to deduct 90% of your wagers. 90%. So you can't deduct 100% of your gambling wagers anymore. So what do I need from you? Records. Records. If you are doing session gambling, which is like you know how much you went into the casino with, you know how much you came out of the casino with, right? Session gambling. You can only count 90% of what you went in with, right? You can only count 90% of your wagers. If you're getting the reports from the slot machines, you can only deduct 90% of that. Now, if that 90% exceeds your winnings, okay, then you still have a wash. So if you have an overall loss, but it has to be a bigger overall loss to count. So how are we recording this? I don't know. I think we're going to need some guidance from the IRS on how to do this. The technicalities of how to report this and how to keep track of everything is going to get a little convoluted because most people just be like, yeah, I lost a ton of money. Here's all my wagers. Here's all the money I took out of the ATM and I lost my butt. But it's not going to be that way anymore. And all my gamblers, I need you to start thinking about session gambling. How much you went into the casino with, how much you came out of the casino with. I really need you to think about this every time you go in there. If you're not using the card and keeping track of how much money's going in those slot machines, I need you to figure out a different way to do it. If you're going to the track, if you're buying lottery tickets, I don't know. You need to keep track of how much you're spending on your gambling. I can't just guess anymore because there's going to be a lot more guidance. It's going to be a little bit more complicated. So if you gamble, you need to keep track. If you have a problem with gambling, please get some help with that. I know it's hard to stop. You do need to keep records and come to terms with how much you're spending there every day. We need to report that, and sometimes just coming to terms with that helps a little bit. But anyway, keep track of all your gambling wagers. There's going to be a lot more questions. There's going to be a lot more guidance. Make sure you follow me so you can follow up with this later in the year when I get some guidance, and I will see you all at tax time.